Hello everybody, and welcome to the IT641 Big Data Systems Sprint video demonstration. We are Team Red, and this is the Sprint 1 video demonstration. The following video will talk about what we have done as part of our Sprint 1 and the various Scrum. We will also share some screenshots along the way as a way to show how we have progressed through the sprint. Alright, let's get started. The first part of our project was the Sprint 1 planning. This planning helped us overlay a blueprint of the entire plan for the first sprint. As you can see, that there are multiple scrums. The reason for that is pure logistics. The smaller we divided the scrums, the better it was for us to tackle them with ease. We set up specific meeting days for each scrum. This allowed us to plan a strategy to go over and finish each part and assign specific parts to a team member with a designated skill. As you can see that we have an estimated time, which is the time that we thought that we would finish the task. And then we have the actual time, where we can see how long it actually took each of us to finish that task. Most of our estimations were very accurate, as you can see. This sprint planning helped us to actually see what was the next upcoming task and allowed us to speed up in case of a delay. Next step was to get a skill set from every team member. As you can see that we are a very well-rounded team with all the necessary skill set, having skills such as project management, SQL, both Microsoft SQL Server and Oracle, data modeling, ClickView, etc. ensured us that our team would not lack anything when it came to completing all aspects of the project. It also meant that if we ever ran into difficulty, we would have lots of experience on hand to ask other team members. The next step was to look at the project scope. Here we made a project scope document detailing project name, the project team, and the anticipated completion date, which is the end of the semester. We listed the team members and started the project. We stated the project objectives and the project goal. We thought that it was very important to list the exclusions of the project, as you can see those being described as the front-end application of the database. The front end could be an application or a web-based Java applet using a scripting language such as PHP. Since it was not described, we thought that it was best to leave it alone. There was also no mention of the project cost or the budget along with support services, if any were provided. Next, you can see the project resources that we have used or are anticipating to use in the future phases of the project. Finally, you can see the project schedule, where you can see the project being divided into 7 sprints until the end of the semester. We then worked on the project components using the PERT chart and laid them out with an actual start and an actual finish date. Here you can see the layers of the project. We begin with the local OES database. Then we move on to FAOES, which will eventually become fuzzy local OES. We then move on to the design and implementation of DLFAOES, and then implement LFAOES with Hadoop. Next would be to implement DLFADM with ClickView and use XML or Python to implement LFAOES. Now that we have created a lot of the information that we're going to need, we will be able to set up the project setup document. This was basically a compilation of all our previous work. It is an easy access guide which will enable you to look up all the information of the components of the document going forward. We then moved on to creating the tables for our topic, which was inquiry. As you can see that we created 3 tables, which were inquiry category, inquiry itself, and inquiry resolution. The tables correspond with each other in a way that under the broad scope of inquiry, it essentially solves many questions related to it. Here's a more comprehensive and graphical representation of the inquiry tables with the broader data model. The main inquiry table is attached to the variables involved in such a transaction. We need the product itself, along with the customer, who is essentially making the inquiry, along with the employee, who is acting upon the said inquiry being made. The inquiry table then further attaches itself to the inquiry category and the inquiry resolution. The inquiry category includes the inquiry ID and the details, while the inquiry resolution takes upon the response and resolution aspects of it, along with the related status of the inquiry. Then, with our new database, we developed 13 interesting use cases. So here are our new use cases. Number 1, a customer will register a new account if he or she is interested in purchasing an item. Number 2, a vendor registered a new account as he is willing to put his product in the product catalog. Number 3, a registered customer will log into the system to make a transaction. Number 4, a registered vendor will log into the system to see item customers have purchased. Number 5, a customer would make inquiries if he has any questions about the products. Number 6, a customer will also search the product catalog list to find the product he is interested in. Number 7, a customer has identified the product he wishes to buy, so he will place an order to purchase the item. Number 8, a vendor will sell his item after he received payment from the customer that bought the product. Number 9, vendor determines the price of his products by attaching different price for different items. Number 10, employee, such as admin, created the system where vendors placed the products and customers could search through the products to make a purchase based on their choice. Number 11, employees answer technical issue questions and general questions about available products on the system, and product-specific questions are directed to vendors. Number 12, customers and vendors' information are maintained by the employee to protect their privacy and secure their payment credentials. Number 13, after payment has been made by customers for an item, vendors ship the item and provide shipping details to the customer. These are the examples of our interesting use cases that we came up for our database. Finally, we were tasked in making this video to sum up our Sprint 1, and with this video, that our Sprint 1 video demo completed. And our Sprint 1 has completed on January 29th, 2018. Join us in the upcoming weeks, and we'll have our Sprint 2 video detailing our scrums and our Sprint 2. Thank you very much.